I tend to have a lot of respect for local DSA chapters, and I always defend the work being done by local DSAs, which I think is very hard work, and obviously it goes unsung a lot of the times. These are good activists putting a lot of good work on the ground, and this notion that all DSA is just funneling people into the Democratic Party. A lot of the work being done by DSA on the local level doesn't have anything to do with the Democratic Party. They are doing mutual aid, and they are just really doing good organizing and activism on a local level. I do have some disagreements with the national DSA strategy, but again, I do think sometimes the local work gets grouped in with that critique, and that can turn people off to that critique in general. Anyway, I bring that up as pretext because this is the latest little escalation between the DSA and Ryan Knight, Proud Socialist. And this is David Duhalde, the DSA fund vice chair. So this isn't just some rando. This is some pretty high up guy in the DSA. And I thought this was kind of just off-putting. He says, when Proud Socialist gets fear of missing out for not earning a pink DSA hat, and posts him here in a whole Washington red beret knitted by the great Laura Fielding, friend of the show. So he's trying to make this weird jab at Ryan. And by the way, actually posts a really, good photo of Ryan looking pretty handsome right there in his beret. So that's funny. Choose your fighter if you look at this fucking guy anyway. But David Duhalde. But yeah, Briahna Joy Gray comments underneath and says, this feels disrespectful to the Medicare for All advocates who knitted that hat. Again, referencing Whole Washington, an organization in Washington state, which is fighting for single payer healthcare in the state of Washington. One of several, groups doing that, trying to fight for single payer within their state borders. And again, this is a very explicitly a Whole Washington red beret. The Red Berets for Medicare for All knit these hats for Whole Washington to help raise money and help raise awareness for this cause. And again, they're real activists fighting for Medicare for All, unlike this fucking guy. If he was, he clearly would be aware of that fact. He clearly would be aware of the work, the very innovative work being done by groups like Whole Washington, and the significance of the Red Beret, which at this point is borderline an icon in this movement. So I totally agree with Briahna that to try to take this weird shot at the hat in particular with the Whole Washington button on it, it feels a little bit disrespectful to the really hard work being done by those advocates and activists. And then Dr. Victoria Dooley, who of course is a Bernie surrogate and a healthcare activist herself, she also got in on it and said, Bria's being sweet, so I'll bring the spicy. Fuck you and this dumb tweet, which is neither clever nor helpful for the DSA. So true. Not a good look.
Yeah, fuck this guy. Like, yeah. I am so, like, we can go back to the original tweet because I got to talk about this. Fuck this asshole. So what the fuck kind of solidarity, camaraderie is? This is why it pisses me off. All this Twitter bullshit. It makes my fucking blood pressure rise because it's everybody trying to be like the most like virtuistic, like fake fucking piece of shit on the internet. Like, oh, I go high when everybody else goes low, bro. Watch me dunk on this dude who's like fucking wearing a Medicare for All fucking beret, fighting for the same shit that you claim to be after with a brand new fucking strategy, unlike your stale garbage. Meanwhile, you don't even consider, as a socialist, mind you, the work that went into making that fucking beret, what that beret stands for. I mean, look at this. Fucking we've had Laura on the show a lot of times. She's a very kind woman. We both get mad about this because I know the kind of hard work that she does, the dedication that she has, the commitment that she has. So for this fucking piece of shit to try and dunk on Ryan Knight, get some cheap laughs from whatever kind of insulated community that he's in at the expense of a hardworking activist who is leading a movement to actually get things done, to strategize while his ass fucking tries to get dopamine rushes by sitting around on Twitter. Go fuck yourself with a rusty spoon, asshole. This guy's fucking I mean, I didn't know about this. I'm just learning about this for the first time, but I'm fucking triggered.
Yeah, it's fucking bullshit, dude. And like, if you had an actual critique with one of Ryan Knight's tweets, that's one thing. Obviously, I don't think anyone's above criticism, and I would be, and there's nothing wrong with engaging in a discussion, even over a medium like Twitter about these ideas. If he wants to push back and say, hey, actually the DSA is doing a lot of good work and we're not just funneling people into the Democratic Party, we actually do a lot more than that, and it's a more nuanced situation, yada yada yada. That would be one thing, but this has no substance. This has nothing to do with anything other than some low attempt at a Twitter dunk, and again bringing in whole Washington and red berets for no reason, trying to be like, oh, like, and also this hat looks way fucking better than one of the stupid pink DSA hats or whatever. Like, this hat is beautiful. Laura did an amazing job with this.
I have such an oddly shaped head, and I will still wear that beret because I think it's gorgeous and I love it, and I think about Laura every time I wear it and the hard work that all these other fucking activists are about, and that's what solidarity is about, guys. So fuck this guy.